On this episode of Inside the Orange Bowl, we'll take a look at some of the biggest college football rivalries that annually highlight the end of the season.
The Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance wraps up its regular season. See the cheerleaders take center stage.
And finally, we preview the 2015 MetroPCS Orange Bowl Basketball Classic with OBC member and basketball host committee chair Charlie Johnson. That and more on this episode of Inside the Orange Bowl.
The only way you can give it to a lineman is you got to fumble it. He cannot take it and hand it.
The national championship for Nebraska.
Home run ball. Jackson has it. The All-American tight end is going in, and Oklahoma takes the lead. Here's Homer Jordan lofting the six-pointer. He's got it.
Lofted into the end zone. Touchdown, Nelson. Millhouse on the flip and into the record books, West Virginia.
Hello and welcome to Inside the Orange Bowl. I'm Andrea Ocampo.
And I'm Mike Biana. We're inside Sun Life Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida, home of the Miami Dolphins, Miami Hurricanes, and the Capital One Orange Bowl. The last weekend of the college football regular season is simply known as Rivalry Weekend. With postseason implications often on the line and states often divided, Rivalry Weekend embodies everything that is great about college football. Today, we're going to take a look at some of these storied matchups in the Florida Prepaid feature segment. Florida and Florida State is the youngest of the rivalries we'll focus on, but has often had some of the biggest implications over the past few decades. The game was first played in 1958 and has been played every year since. Florida won 13 of the first 15 contests, but the team entered 2015 tied at 21-21-2 since 1974, aided by the arrival of Bobby Bowden at Florida State. Between 1990 and 2000, every meeting featured both teams ranked in the top 10, and in 6 of those years, the winner would go on to compete for the national championship. Florida State has won the last 2 meetings in Gainesville, the site of the 2015 game. The Palmetto Bowl between Clemson and South Carolina is the second longest continuous rivalry in Division I college football, first played in 1896 and continuous since 1909. Clemson holds a 66-42-4 advantage, but South Carolina recently made a dent in the series, winning 5 in a row before Clemson got back in the victory column last year. Like the Florida-Florida State matchup, it's one of the few major college rivalries that features 2 non-conference opponents. But unlike Florida-Florida State, it is the culmination of over a century of strong feelings that extends beyond the gridiron.
Simply known as The Game, the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry is one of the best in college football. First played in 1897, the two Midwestern foes have met every year since 1918. Michigan holds a 58-46-6 advantage, yet has only defeated Ohio State once since 2004. As two of the winningest programs in college football history, the result seems to have postseason implications nearly every year. Whether or not either team is in the hunt for a Big Ten championship or national title, beating that team to the north or that team to the south is always a top priority for any Buckeye or Wolverine. No college football rivalry has found itself in the spotlight more in recent history than the Iron Bowl. Prior to last year, either Alabama or Auburn had appeared in 5 straight national championship games. Considering these two in-state rivals meet in the final game of each season, it's no wonder this matchup has received so much attention. Alabama owns a 43-35-1 advantage all-time and has won 3 of the past 4. However, Auburn's lone win during that span came on the miraculous kick 6 play, thus cementing this rivalry's place in college football history.
No, returned by Chris Davis. Davis goes left. Davis gets a block. Davis has another block. Chris Davis. No flags. Touchdown, Auburn.
Earlier this year, the Orange Bowl honored the golden anniversary of Alabama and Nebraska's appearance in the 1966 Orange Bowl. Alabama was making its second straight Orange Bowl appearance, coming off a national championship season the previous year. The Crimson Tide entered the game ranked 4th nationally with a record of 8-1-1.
After number 1 Michigan State and number 2 Arkansas lost earlier in the day, Alabama was in position for a second straight national title with a win. 1966 was the first year that the Associated Press crowned its national champion following the results of the bowl games. Alabama's Steve Sloan found receiver Ray Perkins in the end zone twice in the first half as the Crimson Tide took a 21-7 lead. The two teams traded scoring place in the second half, but the halftime deficit plus 2 costly turnovers were too much for Nebraska to overcome, and Alabama emerged victorious by a final score of 39-28. Steve Sloan was named the most outstanding player, finishing 20 for 28 for 296 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both his 20 completions and 296 yards were Orange Bowl records at the time. Ray Perkins' 9 receptions and 159 receiving yards both set Orange Bowl records as well. Perkins' 159-yard mark stood for 33 years, and he ranks second all-time in Orange Bowl career receiving yards with 224. The victory over Nebraska in 1966 earned legendary coach and Orange Bowl Hall of Famer Bear Bryant his 3rd national championship with Alabama. He would go on to win a total of 6 titles with the Crimson Tide. In 1966, Bryant defeated one of the game's other legendary coaches and fellow Orange Bowl Hall of Famer Bob Devaney.
Another way the Orange Bowl honors its former greats is through the Orange Bowl Hall of Fame. Let's meet this year's inductees. Our first Orange Bowl Hall of Famer is University of Florida linebacker and defensive end Alex Brown. Brown played in the 1999 and 2002 Orange Bowls, racking up 2 tackles for loss, a sack, and 2 passes defended. A member of the University of Florida Athletic Hall of Fame, Brown was a 2-time first-team All-American in 1999 and 2001, and was a SEC Defensive Player of the Year in 2001. Brown spent 9 years in the NFL, 8 with the Bears and 1 with the Saints. Our next inductee is University of Oklahoma nose tackle Reggie Kinlaw. He saw action in back-to-back Orange Bowls in 1978 and 1979, with double-digit tackles in each game, and earned most outstanding player honors in 1979. Kinlaw was a first-team All-American in 1977 and 1978, a first-round pick for the Oakland Raiders in 1979. Kinlaw's Raiders won the Super Bowl in 1980 and 83. The Miami Springs High alum finished his career with the Seattle Seahawks in 1986. Rounding out the Hall of Fame class is Texas running back Ernie Coy. In the 1965 Orange Bowl, Coy had 24 carries for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 79-yard touchdown run. Coy's performance helped Texas upset Alabama, the national champions named prior to the bowl. Coy and Texas had won the 1963 championship. Coy spent 6 seasons with the New York Giants and was named to the 1967 Pro Bowl. Coy retired after his 1972 season with the Buffalo Bills.
Don't go anywhere because we're just getting started.
After the break, we'll check out some highlights from the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance presented by Sports Authority.
And then, a recap of the 2015 Orange Bowl YFA Cheer Championships presented by Sports Authority.
When you get away from smartphones and video games and tablets, it's amazing what you can really plug into. This season, shop the brands you love, plus thousands of items on sale now. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
American Airlines has been a proud sponsor of Orange Bowl for over 17 years, and with good reason. Orange Bowl's unwavering passion to give back and help the people of South Florida. From youth sports and organizations like Special Olympics and Make-A-Wish to providing scholarships that make it possible for young people to realize their college dreams. American Airlines shares that passion and is proud to support everything Orange Bowl does for the community. Let's all keep doing great things together.
We've always believed if you're going to change the world, make it smarter. Make it more competitive. Make it care more. If you're going to change the world, make it orange. Orange Bowl, proud to support, encourage, and improve South Florida.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl. The Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance, presented by Sports Authority, wrapped up the regular season. Let's take a look at some of the recent matchups as teams gear up for the playoffs.
OBYFA action coming out of the Miami Extreme League Super Bowl. The Sunnyland Sun Devils taking on the Kendall Hammocks Warriors in the 13 and under division, and it's the Sunnyland Sun Devils coming out swinging. Then it's Brandon McDuffie calling his own number, shooting up the sideline, and he's gone. Nobody's going to catch up. Brandon McDuffie, touchdown, Sunnyland Sun Devils. The Kendall Hammocks Warriors fought valiantly all day, taking the offense down the field and getting a touchdown of their own. But the Sunnyland Sun Devils and Ulysses Saria put the finishing touches on a beautiful Super Bowl victory. In the FYFL, the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes doing battle with the Washington Park Buccaneers for the right to get into the FYFL Super Bowl. And it's the Hurricanes striking first, getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. Washington Park Bucks coming back at you, but it's the Hurricane defense getting the ball for the Hurricanes and turning it up the field. The Hurricanes are one of the best teams in the FYFL 10 and under division. There's no wonder why. Fort Lauderdale doing all that they could, and they'll be in there next week at the FYFL Super Bowl. It was great, and it's some of the best action you're going to catch only here on Inside the Orange Bowl.
We'll be there for the Orange Bowl YFA Championships on December 13th and 14th at FIU Stadium. Games will start at 9 in the morning and continue through the evening.
Earlier this month, it was the cheerleaders' chance to shine. Let's take a look back at this year's Orange Bowl YFA Cheer Championships.
The great thing about the Orange Bowl is that they give back to the community a lot. Most people know Orange Bowl from the aspect of just college football, but a perfect example is this event is free. Children that compete in cheerleading events normally pay to go there per participant. It may cost anywhere from $20 to sometimes I've judged events where cheerleaders pay over $100 per participant. This event is free, so all of these children that come here are competing for free. Their parents aren't paying for them to be here. That alone tells you what they're doing to give back, because obviously it's not cheap to put on an event like this.
All these events are really important to the community. It gives the community an opportunity to not just see what the Orange Bowl can do in the community, but it gives them an opportunity to see what the kids that every day they're out there practicing, they're out there playing, get to see what they're doing and their hard work, and then get to display it here at these events.
One of the best parts of the Orange Bowl cheer and dance competition is that it gives an opportunities for these young girls to get together, to be able to compete, to build up, to be able to display their skills, and eventually win a trophy.
Orange Bowl YFA is the Orange Bowl's largest community initiative, and one of the many ways we make it orange. We want to hear how you make it orange. Log on to orangebowl.org and tell us how you make the community a better place for a chance to win $2,500 for the charity of your choice.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What do you do to make it orange? We want to know. Do you help? Do you care? Do you inspire? Do you share? Show us how you do it. If you're selected, we'll make a donation to the charity of your choice. Go ahead, do it. Make it orange. Go to orangebowl.org to learn more.
Did you post it?
Done.
How many people are coming?
Lots.
Yeah.
Got it. Done. Done.
Sending you some money.
Thank you.
Done.
You like a lunch bag? Here you go, man. Thank you.
Done.
On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
14 teams, 2 divisions, 1 championship. First Saturday in December, winner takes all. It's not just a game, it's the game. The one that decides who earns a berth in the college football playoff. See the guys on the gridiron, in the trenches, on the flats. Simple game. Put the ball in the end zone. The 2 ACC teams hitting here, just the ones that always bring their A game. Uptown Charlotte, December 5th.
You're always there for her. And when it comes time to send her to college, Florida Prepaid will be there for you. So join the more than 1 million parents and grandparents who have purchased Florida Prepaid tuition plans. Our low-cost plans are guaranteed, easy to start, and can be completed in as little as 15 minutes. Open enrollment is happening now, so let us help you get started today. Florida Prepaid. Starting is believing.
We're back with Inside the Orange Bowl. Each season, the Capital One Orange Bowl, in conjunction with the Football Writers Association of America, presents the Courage Award to an individual or group in college football.
The Courage Award was first presented by the FWAA in 2002. The requirements for nomination include displaying courage on or off the field, including overcoming an injury or physical handicap, preventing a disaster, or living through hardship. Some notable winners over the years include Clemson's Daniel Rodriguez, Michigan State's Arthur Ray Jr., and the Tulane football team. Rodriguez won the award in 2012 as a redshirt freshman walk-on receiver for the Tigers. Rodriguez had previously served in the United States Army and was wounded in Afghanistan in 2009. He earned a Purple Heart and Bronze Star and, once recovered and discharged, fulfilled a promise to a fallen friend to play college football. Ray Jr. won the award in 2011 as a senior offensive lineman for the Spartans. He returned to football for his senior season after missing 4 years due to a bone cancer diagnosis. A highly recruited lineman from Chicago, Ray Jr. made his triumphant return after 9 surgeries and countless rounds of chemotherapy.
The Tulane football team won in 2005 after being displaced by Hurricane Katrina days before the season began. They would play 11 games in 11 stadiums as much of New Orleans, including the Tulane campus, was devastated by the storm that killed over 1,000 people. The winner of the award is voted on by a select group of FWAA members and will be honored during Capital One Orange Bowl week.
MetroPCS is one of the Orange Bowl's longtime community partners. Next, we sit down with Alicia Sova, manager of field marketing South Florida for MetroPCS, to talk about their work in the community and their continuing commitment to the Orange Bowl.
So here at MetroPCS, we're really proud to be able to engage our community and look for new ways that we can help develop our future leaders, which are our children. So we encourage a happy and healthy lifestyles, and of course, youth sport does that. We look for children who are looking for and seeking bigger goals. They're dependable with their team, they're reliable, and something like the Orange Bowl and the mission that we have in South Florida helps support that, and we're happy to do the same. So we're really proud to be title sponsors again this year. It's two great games, bringing the top college basketball teams to South Florida, so we're happy to be sponsoring again this year and looking forward to some great games.
After the break, we'll preview the 2015 MetroPCS Orange Bowl Basketball Classic with Charlie Johnson, the Orange Bowl Committee's basketball host committee chair. Inside the Orange Bowl is brought to you by Sports Authority, American Airlines, Clutch Insurance, powered by Windhaven Insurance, Comcast, Florida Prepaid College Board, Frito-Lay, Hampton Farms, Marathon Petroleum, MetroPCS, Miami Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, Nike, the law offices of Panther and San Pedro, the Miami Herald, Toyota, and Wells Fargo.
Are you sure I'm seeing okay?
Well, let's check. What do you see?
$30 a month, period.
Huh? How about now?
Unlimited data, talk, and text on the 4G LTE T-Mobile network.
You can see fine, man.
Wow, it's perfectly clear. Only MetroPCS gives you unlimited data, talk, and text for $30, period, on the blazing fast nationwide 4G LTE T-Mobile network. Switch now and get a free 4G LTE smartphone. Now at MetroPCS.
So I'm 2020.
No, 30, period.
When you get away from smartphones and video games and tablets, it's amazing what you can really plug into. This season, shop the brands you love, plus thousands of items on sale now. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
Bring your draft day dreams and hits that cause nightmares. Bring your prayers, your answers, your broken records, shady breakaways, and miracle makers. Bring the fires that forged Megatron and Revis Island. Bring your story and write your own ending. Because in a conference that had the most first-round draft picks this year, you better bring your A game.
At school, they talked about the digital divide, the gap between people who can access the internet and those who can't, the haves and the have-nots. Well, today, my family becomes one of the haves.
Internet Essentials from Comcast offers low-cost computers and internet to lower-income families. It's part of our commitment to making sure that no one gets left behind in the communities we serve.
Now that we're online, anything is possible.
Comcast, connecting our communities.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl.
The 22nd annual MetroPCS Orange Bowl Basketball Classic will be on Saturday, December 19th at the BB&T Center. For the first time in 11 years, the Classic will be in prime time with 5 and 8 p.m. tip-offs. In Game 1, the Florida Atlantic Owls take on the Florida State Seminoles. FAU is making its third appearance in the Classic and first since 2011. The Owls' previous two appearances both resulted in overtime losses to Miami. NBA veteran Michael Curry is in his second year as the head coach of FAU. He returns his top 3 scorers and adds 2 key transfers in what is shaping up to be a bounce-back year for the Owls. Head coach Leonard Hamilton looks to lead his Seminoles to a 6th straight Classic win. With FSU's first win this season, Hamilton became the winningest coach at Florida State and is now the only coach to ever be the winningest coach at 2 ACC schools. He has led Florida State to postseason appearances in 9 of the past 10 seasons. Florida State returns all 5 starters from a season ago, as well as 87% of its scoring and 89% of its rebounding to go with an outstanding recruiting class.
Game 2 features the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Florida Gators. Oklahoma State is making its first ever appearance in the Classic. Head coach Travis Ford has led his Cowboys to 3 straight NCAA tournament appearances. Last season, Oklahoma State earned 3 victories over top 10 RPI teams. This year, Coach Ford returns his sharpshooting point guard and second leading scorer Phil Forte III to lead the Cowboys. Ford is making its record 17th appearance in the Classic and owns a 14-2 record at the event. This will be the first appearance under new head coach Mike White, who took over the program this year after a successful 4-year stint with Louisiana Tech. He won at least 27 games each of the past 3 years and now takes over a Florida team that returns 3 of its top 4 scores from a year ago. Charlie Johnson is the Orange Bowl's chair of the Basketball Hosts Committee. Let's see what he has to say about this year's event.
I had a number of friends who were members who I had talked to about it. I have been active in the community before then and still in other areas, and so I made it known that I would like to be a member, and it worked out. Being interested in basketball as a sport, having watched Florida play at the University of Florida when I was there and went to many of their games, and then University of Miami here. And so basketball to me is a wonderful sport, and I wanted to be involved in it. Prime time is where it's really at. We're talking about an evening event on a Saturday with two great teams, and so we're going to get a lot of exposure for the Classic. And so I think it's just a fabulous thing that we're now able to come back to prime time. Florida State has been coming, I think, almost every year for the last 5-6 years. They've won it 5 out of the last 6 times, I believe. And they're a great school and great basketball team. FAU is local. They we hope, and they have in the past, bring their students and followers to our event. Well, I don't think it'll change much because Florida is got a great background in basketball, and they recruit well in the state and nationally. And I'm sure Coach White will do fine and bring a very good team to South Florida. Well, it's a marquee event when you have two teams like that. Oklahoma State is a fabulous team who has been to the NCAA tournament the last 3 years, and they're going to bring quality against the University of Florida, and it'll be a fabulous game.
And that is all the time we have for this episode of Inside the Orange Bowl. Join us next time from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel in Hollywood, Florida, as we take a first look at the matchup for this year's college football playoff semifinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike Biana.
And I'm Andrea Ocampo. Until next time,
make it orange. Join us next time from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel in Hollywood, Florida, as we take a first look at the matchup for this year's college football playoff semifinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike Biana.
Oh.